Do you know that M&M candies have been around since the 1940s and even went to war with the soldiers during World War II? M&M candy has built a reputation from the early 1940s and continues to do so today. They started out as just chocolate wrapped in a hard shell, and since have created many varieties and have added many colors to the original mix, which started out as brown, yellow, orange, red, green, and violet, which has now been replaced with tan. We can now choose our own colors and package them to our own specifications. With all the different selections and taste, M&Ms have become a beloved treat for many. I can tell you from experience that M&Ms do melt in your mouth and not your hand. They have been my favorite candy since I was a toddler. And after researching them, not only am I a fan, but many others are as well. Today I will be discussing 3 key points. 1, the history of M&M's candy. 2, the variety of M&M's candy. And 3, how they are marketed. Now that we know how long M&Ms have been around, let me share a little more about their history. Forrest Mars Sr. was the son of Frank C. Mars, the founder of Mars Incorporated. Forrest Mars Sr. is responsible for inventing the M&M's candy. While traveling, he heard of a candy that was essentially tiny chocolate pellets surrounded by a sugar shell. Mars concocted his own version of the candy-coated chocolate drops and took them to the Hershey Corporation. There he proposed an 80-20 partnership to Bruce Murray, the son of Hershey's executive William Murray. In this proposal, Bruce would be the 20% partner. Mars struck a deal with Hershey via Murray, whereby Murray would provide some capital, and Hershey would provide chocolate, sugar, and technology. The partners named the product for their first initials of their last name, M&M's, Mars and Murray. The design was patented on March 3, 1941. That year, M&M's began production in Newark, New Jersey, and the first M&M's went on sale. The candy, originally sold in paper tubes, came in brown, yellow, orange, red, green, and violet, which was later replaced by tan. At the time, World War II was developing and chocolate would be rationed during this period. However, the Hershey Corporation already had a deal to provide chocolate for the troops. A year later, World War II began, and M&Ms were immediately popular among soldiers because of the candy's ability to travel well and withstand high temperatures. Soon, the armed forces incorporated M&Ms into soldiers' C rations and sold them in post exchanges and ships service stores. In 1945, the war ended and M&Ms became available to the general public again. Soon, Mars would buy out Murray and take sole ownership of the M&M brand. 1950, the company began imprinting an M on each candy to ensure customers they were getting the original real thing. Since the invention of the plain chocolate M&Ms in 1941, a variety of choices have been invented, making them even more popular. By 1958, the demand for M&Ms had surpassed 1 million pounds per week, and today there are over 400 million M&Ms produced in the world. This chart shows the day and the month of the production. They're currently made in New Jersey and Tennessee and are packaged with 30% brown, 20% each of yellow and red, and 10% each of orange, green, and blue, which this chart kind of gives you a summary of the packaging. M&M lovers have a variety of choices to choose from. The original invention, which we refer to as the plain chocolate M&Ms, is still available and loved by many. But in 1954, a new variety, peanut M&Ms, was introduced and are even more popular than the original. In a recent Helium survey, 61% of those who participated preferred peanut M&Ms over the 39% who preferred plain M&Ms. Although both of these M&Ms are loved by many, the variety continues to grow and M&M lovers are tempted by other great tasting varieties that include peanut butter filled M&Ms, ones that have crispy inside, or how about when the great tasting M&M combines with a pretzel? And then in 1996, the mini M&Ms were introduced. They also have seasonal productions that include almond M&Ms at Easter and mint M&Ms around Christmas. Even though the M&Ms are great tasting and a favorite among many, the company has taken it to the next step and gone to great extremes to build the M&M empire. Imaginative marketing has brought about the M&M craze, where colors have become characters that will forever be remembered. Computer animated graphics, personification of the candies with cartoon-like storytelling, and clever merchandising techniques have done much to increase brand recognition. 1954, the company came up with the slogan, "Melts in your mouth and not in your hands." And the first characters debuted on television. They launched ColorWorks in 1996, giving M&M lovers the option to create their own mix from 21 different colors, which, coincidentally, I took advantage of this past year when I wanted only red, white, and black M&Ms for my wedding. Then, in 1998, they were named the official candy of the new millennium. In 2002, the first ever global vote was taken, and purple would win as a new color to be added to the mix. And most recently, in 2012, the character, Ms. Brown, debuted on the Super Bowl after being behind the scenes since 1941. Although the taste alone is enough for them to be known and loved, the characters have had a huge impact on the brand and the loyalty of consumers. Some interesting facts have also aided in the recognition of M&Ms. In 1982, they rocketed into space and have been a part of every mission since. They were named the official snack food of the Olympic Games in 1984, and in 1995, over 10 million people voted to add the blue to the color mix. Who could have known that such a small piece of chocolate would make such a powerful impact on the world? In conclusion, 1941, Forrest Mars Sr. invented a tiny piece of chocolate wrapped in a hard shell that has since become beloved by many and no doubt will continue to be a favorite for years to come. With the variety of choices that are all so hard to resist, I presume that the color characters will continue to have a job for many centuries, and that the M&M empire will only get larger in the future. These candies may have been around for a long time, but they are still my favorite.